Prasanna rallies Gampaha behind Ranil. Namal has only 2 in Gampaha. Rest goes to Prasanna. Ranil praises Sahan over a record crowd. Indica Anuruddha's way of showing gratitude. Namal tells Sagala they cannot go on like this. Prasanna, Mahindananda, taken to task by Namal. Who gets SLPP's majority support? Lanka, Duminda are happy over SLPP's division. UNP organiser from Gampaha, a shame for Ranil. Reason for Ranawira's no-show. Ranil to foot bills for parliament trips.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Prasanna rallies Gampaha behind Ranil. If the upcoming presidential polls can be compared to an oncoming rain, forecasts don't seem so good. Before the downpour comes, ants are hurrying back to their anthills, and locusts are seen in a joyous mode. In the meantime, prayers and offers to delay the rains do happen, while the majority look skywards expectantly. All political news centres on the belief that President Ranil Wickremesinghe plays everything up his sleeves to avoid holding the election. By the way, the divisions within the SLPP became apparent to all yesterday at the pro-Ranil group's Ekwa Jayagamu rally in Kadawatha. Ranil was warmly welcomed to the event on a day which incidentally marked the completion of 2 years since he assumed the presidency. On the occasion, Minister Prasanna Ranatunga urged him to contest, adopting a proposal in that regard unanimously by more than 15,000 people present. Sahan Pradeep organised the rally, also attended by 28 SLPP MPs, including Kokila Hashani, Milan Jayathilake, Upul Mahendra and Sisira Jayakodi from Gampaha. There was no show by Indica Anuruddha and Prasanna Ranawira. But former chairman of Divulapitiya Pradeshya Sabha Indica Jayasinghe was among the around 380 former local government members in attendance. Earlier in the day, the Namal Rajapaksa faction repeatedly insisted they hadn't decided to support Ranil. His close associate, Damitha Wickramasinghe's social media team, was busy sharing posts to that effect. Gossip columns of newspapers partial to Basil Rajapaksa, too, joined in. According to Deshaya, there is a plan by a SLPP faction to hit back at anyone who declares support for the man holding the top office publicly. The party big shots have agreed to that because their leader's strict instruction against commenting on the presidential candidate is being ignored. If not, they fear that supporters of their party will change sides. Anyway, while proposing Ranil's name, Prasanna said thus,
ජනාධිපතිතුමනි ඔබතුමා ඊළඟ ජනාධිපතිවරණයට ඉදිරිපත් වීම අපේ බලාපොරොත්තුවයි. ඒ නිසා අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා ඉදිරි සතිය ඇතුළ ඔබතුමාගේ තීන්දුව මේ රටට වැදගත් වෙයි කියලා. මම යෝජනා කරනවා ඉදිරි ජනාධිපතිවරණයට රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මැතිතුමා ජනාධිපති විය යුතුයි කියන යෝජනාව අපි අත උස්සලා යෝජනා සම්මත කරනවා ගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමනි. ඔබතුමා දැක්කා මේ මුළු සභාවම අත්විසුවා. ඒ නිසා දැන් ගැලවීමක් නැහැ ඔබතුමාට.
Responding to the call, Ranil said during his speech that he would answer it at the appropriate time. He also said he will never allow the country's future to be dictated by political agendas. Stressing that he believes that politics should be aligned with the country's agenda, he extended an invitation to Sajith and AKD to join him on that journey. He had initially decided to leave for Kataragama soon after the rally ended, but changing plans he visited Sahan's Kadawatha home, where the latter's wife, sister and a few others were present. He told them that he could not draw such a huge crowd in Kadawatha when he contested in 1977. Sahan said Minister Prasanna did more than him to make the rally a success. An emotional Prasanna commented that those who were brought to politics by him were attacking him today. He said that the then SLFP General Secretary Susil Premajayantha knew well that I gave them nominations despite objections by the party. Ranil calmed him down by advising him not to think too much about such things, which are common in politics. In the meantime, the SLPP's district convention in Kurunegala took place with Namal leading. Indika Anuruddha was there, unleashing a scathing attack on Prasanna and the lot. He charged that certain persons are forming unholy alliances with opponents to destroy the party. Anuruddha pointed out that he cannot attend a rally in which breaking their party into pieces and baiting its members to their side get discussed. All of them got elected to Parliament because of Mahinda Rajapaksa. They don't have any gratitude, Anuruddha said. In reality, had he been that grateful, Anuruddha too should have been on the Kadawatha stage on that day. Prasanna, Mahindananda taken to task by Namal. The 22nd of July was tipped to be a decisive day. The SLPP big shots, Mahinda Basil and Namal, were to meet to make their decision on whether to support Ranil or not. Political sources believe it to be unfavourable to the president. But Namal says he is unaware of such a meeting. I am going to Tangale for a wedding. Kanchana started it beautifully from Matara, but Mahindananda spoiled it in Kandy. Prasanna violated the agreement entirely. What else is there to say? He told several journalists. Last night, Namal reportedly gave a call to Sagala Ratnayaka. The president's chief of staff was at Kirivahera to represent the president at the final Perahera of Kataragama Deval. Diluma Munugama, too, was present. Although he was conversing with Nayaka Theras, Sagala promptly answered the phone. We cannot go on like this any longer. Minister Prasanna crossed the line today, said Namal, and hung up. According to Nelum Mawatha sources, Rajapaksas are going to leave the government immediately. Namal and Karyawasam claim a majority if the SLPP gets divided. The latter told a media owner that, except for those few with the president, all others and a vast majority across the country are with them. But Prasanna and Mahindananda claim otherwise. Namal wants to be the opposition leader and to be the presidential candidate in 2029. Should we be his scapegoats for that? Politics means power. We need power to work for the people, they say. Heartened most by a divided SLPP, the opposition believes Ranil is unlikely to contest now. Ranil is presently in third place. With the SLPP divided, he will have no chance. He will finish fourth. The Ranil we know never takes that risk. His chances are over now, say Marikar and Mujibur. Nimal Lanza and Duminda Disanayake have a different take on it. It comes at last. If Namal and Basil field a separate candidate, Ranil will win easily, they opined. Since this morning, Lanza has been telling the media that Damika Pereira will not get baited either. Namal may be waiting for him to spend for the party. It is better if Namal contests. Once Namal leaves the government, the SJB's issue against supporting the president will be over. Tamil and Muslim leaders, too, cannot refuse to give him support. But don't forget that politics is like the weather. It changes all the time. Also, there are no forever friends or foes in politics. UNP organiser from Gampaha, a shame for Ranil, still in Gampaha. A United National Party electoral organiser there arranged a meeting with some businessmen in Kelania on a business deal. They were promised government work via the president. SLPP organiser Prasanna Ranawira got wind of the meeting, and the angry man he was, immediately telephoned the president. Giving him the full details, Ranawira said that he is losing his patience and asked Ranil to do something or else. He warned that will take things into his own hands. Ranil asked him not to worry and then called the organiser in question. He berated him in no uncertain terms to mind his own affairs without hindering politics in Gampaha. He is free to leave the presidential secretariat if he wants to do politics there, the man was told. But, with no action taken to his knowledge, Ranawira didn't make an appearance at the Kadawatha meeting on Sunday. This UNP organiser is facing criticism even within the party. Other party organisers in Gampaha say he is misusing his official position for personal politics. Reportedly, he has invited youths, supporters and friends from Gampaha to the parliamentary complex and treated them lavishly at the canteen there, with the bills going to the president's account. It is said that Ranil got the wind of it himself. That's how things are. A single bad act is enough to undo loads of good work. That is common to any party. Anyway, people who think and act smart are needed to make a smart country. People know the answer to give to the fakes. That's it for today.
The Leader දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම